Hello, beautiful scintillating spirits. I am doing a general reading for the solar eclipse in Aquarius that is happening Tuesday, February 17th, in conjunction with the Lunar New Year or the Chinese New Year. We're pulling with that energy in mind, and I will be pulling for two groups today. So I'm going to have you pick which group you resonate with more. Now, I'm trying to catch the little bits of rays of sun in my office here, so I will post a photo of these crystals as well. But we have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful agate. And I'll put the photo here somewhere also if this is not doing it. But if this resonates with you, we're going to go ahead and find the other video, okay? We also have this carnelian. And if this carnelian resonates with you, you're going to go ahead and stay for that group. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right into it. If you do not know, there is a solar eclipse in Aquarius tomorrow. I'm recording this on Monday, and I'm going to try to get it posted Monday as well, so that you will have as much time for this video to find you wherever you need it to find you. But if it finds you after, do not worry. The impacts of this eclipse are going to be felt for quite some time. We're getting a new eclipse in this Aquarius Leo axis. So it'll be the first of many. We're just starting a new theme. It's also squaring Uranus. So there's going to be really big changes, really big impacts that are felt. Eclipses, if you're not already knowledgeable, are a time of chaos, you could say, but it is really a really great time of reflection. Eclipses give us the gift of showing us what is no longer needed, and providing us the opportunity to grow by letting go and transforming that energy. Hello, my carnelian group. I kept the beginning part of the last video as I explained a bit about the solar eclipse. But we're going to go ahead and shuffle and see what cards are here for you. We're pulling from this oracle deck to see where your attention can be going and your energy can be flowing for this solar eclipse in Aquarius. Again, this is something that is happening now. Even if you receive this message after the solar eclipse, the energy will be felt beyond this week, this month even. So bear that in mind, that whenever this finds you, it was meant to find you, in trust, and let whatever resonates resonate and leave the rest. Okay, again, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. All right, you all got one card, and we got death. So this solar eclipse in Aquarius, we have birch at the bottom. Very succinct. So death is all about rebirth. So I think more often than not, death does not get the best rep, but death is such a beautiful and necessary part of a life cycle. And it often, when coming in this particular manner as well in this oracle deck, it speaks very beautifully about when we've outgrown a space. And so eclipses in general tend to shake up our lives and show us what is not working, what is not serving us, and what we need to let go of, whether we want to or not, right? How we deal with that is up to us, okay? But the one thing an eclipse and the universe will do is show you what is not working. And so this eclipse season, your guides are saying this is the time for you to recognize that there needs to be the letting go, the decaying of what does not serve you, in order for that to become the mulch, the soil through which fruitful things that do serve you grow. Right? There's this acknowledgement that you no longer fit where you are. You have outgrown the space that you're in, right? Just like a caterpillar spins itself into a chrysalis and it becomes a butterfly. When it no longer can fit in that chrysalis, when it is done, when it is too big for that space, it breaks apart, and there's that death of the caterpillar, right? In order for there to be the birth of the butterfly. In some way, shape, or form, right? This is a metamorphosis. In some way, shape, or form, the caterpillar is there, right? In theory, right? The caterpillar became the butterfly. However, there had to be the death of the caterpillar for there to be the butterfly. And this is that moment for you. At the bottom, we have birch, and birch is a healing tree. Trees use sap in order to heal, and it feels like perhaps you've gone through quite a big healing journey recently, that you have been really trying to tend to your wounds, past traumas, allowing yourself to heal. And it feels like it's been a long journey. It feels like it's been a very intentional journey, but it definitely feels like it's been a heavy one. It feels like it's been one where you've really come into who you are, and there's a lot of forgiveness. I think it feels like you've really forgiven yourself first and foremost. I think you've had to forgive other people as well, but there's a strong feeling of you forgiving yourself, and your guides feel really proud of you for that. And there's this acknowledgement and this recognition that you have outgrown the space that you're in right now, and you need to trust that what is dying, what is going away, what is leaving your life in this moment. Oh my God, I'm being brought. Oh my God, whoever you are, I want to hug you. I don't know what is happening. It's funny because when I first started pulling for this group, and it's funnier, it's not funny, but you know what I mean. Carnelian is a stone all about confidence. It's this very fiery stone, and now I'm feeling this imagery of the phoenix that's rising from the ashes. It feels like you are somebody who has been dealt a hand of cards that honestly may have broken many other people, and it may quite have possibly broken you at certain points in time, but you have come through it so gracefully, and it feels like this eclipse season is the death of what is like left of those versions of you and of that trauma, and making that space and that way for all of the beautiful things that are meant for you and that your guides want you to know are coming to you. Wow, I I was not expecting this. It's funny because when I first tried to pull from this deck for you all, first off, like the first video I tried to do, I was like, oh, blah, 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 whatever. Way too many cards came up. And then I was like, okay, let me just stop the video and start over. And I think maybe that the reason that I wasn't able to just start this video right away was because my guides were like, all right, hold on. You need to lock in, girl, because this message for this group is really important. So again, this is a general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If this does not resonate, it's not for you. If you're like, I don't know what the hell she's talking about, this is not for you, okay? Because this feels like a very specific group, and I feel very honored that I get to pull for you. But yeah, if this is not resonating, trust that this isn't for you, because it feels like whoever I'm talking to, they'll know immediately what I'm talking about. But there's this huge, oh my gosh, your guys are with it. There's this huge energy of really growing into yourself and allowing yourself to I don't know if metamorphosize into this next version of who you are and who you are becoming. There's this unbecoming in order to become, which again, I always go to the imagery of the butterfly when I think about metamorphosis and when I think about death, especially as death comes up in readings, because there's the complete undoing. Caterpillars go through their goo phase in order to become a butterfly. There has to be this complete undoing of what they were in order to become this very beautiful, gracious thing that takes up so much more space, that can fly, that can see beautiful things from such beautiful heights, and at the same time may never fully even see their own beauty, right? Cannot see the backs of their own wings. Maybe, in a reflection in a pond or something, perhaps, mayhaps, but like, it's just this beautiful analogy of how there needs to be the death of something. There needs to be the letting go of what was in order for there to be what is. And again, this emphasis on you have outgrown where you are right now, and you deserve a space that can actually hold all of your beauty and all of your glory and all of the amazing things that make you you. And you're coming upon that season of your life, and it feels like this solar eclipse is really emphasizing that for you, and your guides really want you to know that, okay? This is not for the faint of heart, but it feels like you've really gone through it. And don't take this as a like, oh great, another thing that I have to go through. Like, have I not been through enough? That's not the energy here. it's more so just for everyone, eclipses are chaotic. And so just know that within the chaos of this, that this is really in your best interest, that your inner being is guiding you on the path that is the least resistant if you allow yourself to be led down that path and allow yourself to let go of what isn't supposed to be there for you. So we got the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords with the Page of Pentacles at the bottom. So so Eight of Pentacles is it is all about hard work. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm keep it real. It is all about hard work. This person is just like plugging away at this pentacle that they're making. But it's this like, I don't think that this is a foreign concept to you. I think that you're a hard worker, and so I don't think that this is going to be surprising that this metamorphosis is going to continue to require your hard work. But there's this energy of allowing yourself to be driven by your ideas, by your moral compass, and just kind of like going in with the confidence of that Knight of Swords. There's Six of Wands, a beautiful victory. Three of Pentacles, amazing. Okay, so yeah, okay. Hold on. So we got the Six of Wands, we got the Three of Pentacles, and we got the Seven of Swords. So Six of Wands is all about victory, right, in our endeavors. And so, again, it looks like you're meant to be victorious. It looks like your guides are very much seeing victory and this beautiful, just new version of you coming through with this with the solar eclipse. Three of Pentacles is all about collaboration, in particular in when it comes to work, when it comes to our goals. That can be our physical goals as well, whether you're working out, whatever. But there's this emphasis on really connecting with other people and sharing the load a little bit. I think part of it, like I'm feeling like a creative load. Just contact friends or colleagues or whoever is also creative if you're a creative. But it feels like your best ideas are going to come from situations where you are bouncing them off of other people that you love and that you trust in. And there's that energy. Actually, matter of fact, if you do get this reading before or on the day of or within the week of the solar eclipse that's happening on the 17th, there is a very beautiful, very, 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 very beautiful astrology happening, I believe the 22nd, where we have a trine between Jupiter and between Venus, I want to say. Oh, don't quote me on that. I'll put it here, like, to clarify if I was wrong. I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I'm pretty sure Venus is in Pisces right now and Jupiter is in Cancer, and it's a very, very beautiful, beautiful mark. And it's all about our connections, and there's a lot of like extra love and a lot of extra care and a lot of extra help there. So I would definitely say within this week, while there is a lot of chaos because there is a solar eclipse, that the 22nd, I'll double check the date and I'll put it here if I'm wrong, but if I don't put anything on the screen, then I was right. It was the 22nd. It would be a great date to connect. And so that Three of Pentacles feels especially important, maybe connecting with friends or with people who inspire you on that day. The Seven of Swords, don't try to do things on your own. I think especially because you're somebody who has gone through so much and you've healed through so much, there has been this, there's a Two of Swords at the bottom. There has been this energy of kind of closing yourself off. This didn't come out, so that leads me to believe that hopefully you've gotten to a place where you're more willing to accept help, and that you're more willing to accept love and praise and things of that nature that perhaps you didn't accept in the past. But with that, when you are working on your projects, don't feel inclined to try to go ahead and do it on your own. Allow yourself to ask for help, right? That Three of Pentacles, especially since these two came out together. The Seven of Swords talks about when we're trying to go off and do things on our own. It's also deception. So just being honest, and also recognizing, and like especially with that collaboration, if there are people that you don't know 100% their intentions, it doesn't feel genuine, then like don't share your ideas with those people, okay? But there's definitely this energy of don't try to go off and do on your own what you could potentially collaborate with other people on. If you can share the load, share the load. We got the Devil and we got the Knight of Wands. The Devil is all about our bad habits or just low vibrational habits or cycles that we keep ourselves trapped in. At the bottom of the way that this is illustrated, we see these two people who are not bound by anything, actually. Hopefully you can see it well. They're not bound by anything, but they're just sat there like helplessly, like they can't move. And that's not the case. We have more power than we think that we have more often than not. So if there are any habits, specifically thinking about addictions, and it doesn't have to be an intense one, even an addiction to coffee, right? Or social media and doom scrolling, things of that nature, habits that aren't serving you, there's going to be a death of that, right? For this solar eclipse as well. So really allowing yourself to let these things go and not let those habits or those patterns or those people control you. Okay. Knight of Wands. We have two different Knight energies. It's very like young, confident energy, and it feels like you're being asked to embrace that a little bit more. The Knight energy can be a little reckless, but this group feels like a group that has been more often than not intentional. Calculated was the first word that came into my mind, but I don't know if calculated is the word that I want to use so much as it's just that you make sure that you have your plan A and your plan B and that everything is kind of squared away. And it really feels like there's this push to be a little bit more adventurous. Allow yourself to be kind of carried away with your whims a little bit more. Allow your morals and your inner like thoughts and like guidance to guide you. This Knight of Wands. So we have the energy of air, and we have the energy of fire here. So not just like allowing your maybe kind of wacky ideas or novel ideas to like drive you and be confident, like, you know what, I'm gonna say the thing and like, let's see what happens. But also this, with the fire, the creativity, that piece of it as well, of being willing to be like, you know what, I'm gonna, it's so crazy, it just might work kind of energy. Oh, you got the Artist. See if there's anything else that your guys want, to let you know. Okay, so we got the Wheel of Fortune, we got the Artist with the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom. How beautiful. Okay, so the Artist is actually specific to this deck. So I'm going to check that book real quick. And then we have the Wheel. But I believe... Oh, no. You know what? I don't even have to check the book. I'm pretty familiar. I just don't remember what planet, like astrologically, this is supposed to correspond to, because it's specific to the deck that I have. But the Artist talks about when we need to set aside the distractions of mankind in order to really delve into our creativity, and into that creative kind of space. And so, again, there's this death of, and in particular with the Artist, I'm thinking about the death of those habits and of those patterns that have kept us kind of in this space of feeling trapped, of feeling like we're a victim of our life, as opposed to the action taker, the hero of our story, so to speak. Because you have that Six of Wands as well, the hero of the story, the victor in your life. And then the Wheel of Fortune. So this one's, the way that's illustrated in this deck is interesting, but the Wheel of Fortune talks about, so the Wheel of Fortune, right? It's always spinning, right? And so we have seasons of highs and seasons of lows. We have the summer, we have the winter. And so the Wheel of Fortune generally points to when we're entering a new season of our life. And again, it really does feel like you're leaving out of that winter season. You're like, we're still in it, by the way. You're still in it, but there's this shifting more into the spring, okay? The shifting, and this like knowing and this acknowledgement of there was the death that happened in the winter, but that set the fodder, that set the soil for all the things that are going to be growing in the spring. And so thinking of that metaphorically with this Ten of Pentacles at the bottom, which is all about generational wealth and prosperity and things of that nature, it really does feel like this solar eclipse is going to be shaking things up for you, but in the best way. And it will still require your hard work, but it's also showing very, very like promising things for you. We have this victory. We have that hard work that you'll be doing, right? We have this new energy and this confidence that you're going to be embracing. We have this shift of luck that's happening with this Wheel of Fortune, and then these new creative ideas that are coming forth with the Artist, especially with the idea of setting aside the distractions of mankind. I'm definitely feeling like one of the habits for at least a number of you, of those like low vibrational habits or cycles, is something along the lines of doom scrolling. So perhaps you found this video during a doom scroll. Hopefully you stayed. I mean, if you made it this far, you stayed, obviously. But like, if that resonates, please, please, please know that this is the death of that. This is the end of that. All right, let's see what affirmation card your guides have for you so that we can end this. Again, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. But if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, I would love to read for you. But you can find that information on my page. All right, let's go ahead and see what affirmation. Oh, what affirmation your guides have for you. Okay, we got 2. All right. I love, so this deck has like affirmations that are proper like affirmations, but then it also has images, and the one that you got was an image. So I'm just gonna put this up and I'm gonna let you kind of look at it. So the idea is you're supposed to look at this image, and whatever message you take from this, you take from it, right? Let that resonate. What it means to me, what I'm going to see in this is not going to be what you see in this, right? I'll still tell you what I see in this, right? But more importantly, what do you get from this? But I just thought it was so funny that that yours, the first one that flew out, was just this image, and then I laughed again because at the bottom was a different image. So your guides are really just having fun now. They're like, listen, lighten up. It might still be hard. You're in the final stretch though, you know, like be this beautiful seal, just soaking it up, living in that moment, the beauty of it all. But anyway, so with this, I'm loving these like lightning strikes and these stars. You're a star, baby, you're a star. But this porcupine too, it's like those boundaries that are going to be super important. But like also just like this willingness to be spunky and to just be out there, and there's this like recklessness too, like perhaps like it's just, again, this is my perception, so take what you take from this, but like it's giving me that night energy again. Anyways, here's the written affirmation that you got. There's nothing I need to add to myself to be more worthy of love or kindness. There's only the undoing of all that gets in the way of it. How beautiful. What a beautiful note to end this on. Okay, I hope that this resonated. Of course, as always, take what resonates, leave the rest, as this was a general reading. But again, if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can go ahead and find that information on my main page. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care of yourself, okay? Please know that you are entering such a beautiful stage in your life, but we're all going to be going through this eclipse season, and eclipse is chaos for all of us, not like everything in the world happening aside, even in our personal lives. So do what you can to lean into self-care, and make sure that you're really looking after yourself the best that you can, and your community. All right, Beijinhas. I'll see y'all in the next one.